game. Upsala. Alright. There we go. This looks better. Our loser bracket semi-final between a Korean and a Chinese in a best of 5. So, in general, people think that this matchup favors the undead, but LawLiet said, no problem for me. Statistics say otherwise. It's basically 50-50 or around 50-50 with a slight edge towards WFZ, but as I'm looking at the stats, I am really impressed with LawLiet's win rate versus undead. It's 64%, which might be one of the highest Night Elf versus undead win rates in the entire world.
Yeah, and that makes sense when I consider how he plays. I always feel like he has such confidence. He gets level 3 demon early. He plays aggressively with the Naga. I always felt that this was a strong matchup for him. WFZ, on the other hand, this was his strongest matchup when first he really came into the spotlight for us, which was at WCA 2014. There was no Night Elf in sight who seemed to be able to stop him ever. As you said, this matchup still seems to be Undead's strongest, but recently, I must say, I feel like WFZ has been struggling. His stubbornness, I feel, once again, is not doing him any favors.
Alright, we'll see if he has some new ideas, since he came up with something special against Orc with the Dreadlord third. Maybe he has some tricks up his sleeve in this matchup here as well. He's starting in the bottom right as the blue undead, deciding to go for a DK first, which is the obvious thing to do. On the other side, what do we have? Demon Hunter. No Warden, which is a thing that we see now and there, but not today. Engine of War Creep, so this is very standard from LawLiet's side. Before we go into the game, we have a few supporters here, especially from yesterday night. I got home and saw this email. Warcraft 3 Rocks donates 100 euros, which is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Philip. And we have 3 subscribers here as well. Underwood Frank, JS390625, and Muka117. Thank you very much, guys, for the sub.
JS39, do you also feel like he's a cyborg? Beep boop, I'm a regular subscriber. Beep boop.
Not a robot at all.
Do you know that subreddit? Oh, what's it called again? r/totally not a robot?
Yeah.
That's so good.
With all the nice Tinder messages and stuff. It's pretty funny. Especially when like 2 robots meet and they talk like until forever. Ah, glorious.
Oh, today I totally enjoyed doing normal human things, you know, staying in my human kitchen and making human food.
Off to a very professional start here with deep insights about the game.
Yeah, man. You gotta stay updated, man.
Correct.
Once the Skynet takes over Neo, only if we made friends before will we survive.
It's absolutely true. You know, I'm not good with human interaction, but I'm good with computers, so it's a bright future for me ahead.
Already making sure for the next phase, Neo. Very, very strong anticipation.
Always ahead of the curve, man. You know me.
Oh, yeah. So this is super old school undead play. No creeping at all, ghoul pressure across the map, and he gets the first archer kill. That is not supposed to be so easy. Now we have more skeletons, we have less defense, obviously. The demon did get level 2, that's very easy to acquire here. And the claws as well, that's very nice. He might be saving a skill point for immolation should things get too dire, because we didn't see a mana burn yet. But he didn't need it either.
Yeah, the ghouls are running back, so this pressure is over for now. As he said, the loss of the archer is pretty significant. A lot of, not a lot of damage, but a bit of damage missing for creeping and defending, you know. Nice detonate here, but this is also another wisp loss. So, good early for WFZ. Gets a bit of experience, hurts the economy of LawLiet, who builds the Hunter's Hall now right in time. He's not plagued by the Night Elf curse to have delayed Hunter's Halls or forgetting about Hunter's Halls. At least not yet. We'll see how this series continues. Demon Hunter with a staff already. Switching sides.
A player's forces are under
towards
attack.
the right, and it's going for the mercenary camp right away.
Staff, no boots. And going for an unconventional creep route here. The Merc camp, as you said, is going to get scouted by a skeleton. But I think it's too late to do anything about this now. The DK is still fairly far away, and ghouls are certainly too far away. I like this play from LawLiet. Level 3 can be very hard to acquire. He takes a bit of a gamble here, But if you should get into trouble with a lot of ghouls coming in, you could always TP out. Of course, you don't want to lose that too easily, but it would have been a good usage here. And he finds the Ruined Bracers. Arguably the best item he could have found on this map. This demon, very unlikely that he will die this game.
Totally agree, and with the close-up attack, of course, he has some nice damage as well. He has to be careful with his Berserker. He's trying to save him, but of course...
Oh, can you surround him? DK.
There. He is blocked by his own ghouls and this Archer. Shadow Melt being used. Mana Burn again, 70 damage, and the Archers can reveal themselves. Oh, but there's Death Pact here, no coil!
Alright, that's a curious choice. What a weird situation. He can't see the Archers. This is the second ghoul which has died, traded for a Berserker. And the DK skill build now, though. What the hell is this? No coil yet, and he's on level 2.
He won't have level 2 coil until level 4. And that, I mean, this hurts him a lot. I mean, he isn't quite tanky now. I guess he will survive most of the time. But, man, this item drop, plus forcing the skill build out of WFZ for that, that's a big edge despite the loss in the early game for LawLiet.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I think so too. And look at his confidence. He's rushing tier 3 so fast, before second hero, before lore. He feels totally confident to go into the later stages. And now the demon moving across. No boots yet. Still not. But still has the tele staff, making him more mobile. And that would have been a nice creep jack, but good scouting from the skeleton. Made it so that he could anticipate this move coming over, and the Night Elf is going for an Alchemist second.
Alrighty.
This is the qualifier of the Alchemist.
Seems like it, man. With patch 1.29, we've seen so many Alchemists, but in this matchup, very rare. A lot of healing, of course, and what else is this good for? I mean, ooh, this Engine of War shouldn't fall. I mean, yeah, it's good damage, it's anti-air as well, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, once again, I feel like Alchemist is strongest when you have static front lines between the two armies, where you know heal spray is going to do a lot for you. But against Frenzy Ghouls, you can't hold your ground. Your archers have to run. If you try to stand and out-heal the damage, you're not gonna out-heal the damage. Hold that thought, though. The demon in the main causing a bit of trouble, but he is low HP as well now, so will be forced to retreat here somewhat soon. Another supporter, Willow Sights, subscribing for the first time. Welcome.
Dude, it's Acid Bomb Chemical Rage.
Wow.
It's no heal spray. I love Acid Bomb. You all know that by now, I guess. But is it the right thing to go for? I mean, against Fiends and Ghouls will be a lot of minus armor and a bit of damage. I think you can feel the damage more against Ghouls as they are so low HP.
And with Dryad slow, his focus fire potential is very high here.
And of course the damage is insane once Chemical Rage is on. Especially with a few items. Well, the items will most likely go to the Demon Hunter, but he does have 2 good damage dealing heroes then. The problem usually would be Coil Nova, but man, no coil.
And the thing about the Alchemist is, he has pretty bad armor, so right-click damage is always good against him, but he has a really high HP pool, so nukes just from the get-go aren't the most effective against him.
And the Demon Hunter did a good play here, constantly harassing the undead, so there was almost no creeping done. He's going for an Alchemist as well!
What?
Less creeping done, so the DK is still not level 3, and this means still no coil.
Alright, Acid Bomb and Orb. This could be a lot of minus armor.
Yep.
If he does have it, I hope he doesn't go heal spray. Ghouls are just way too fast. They're gonna run out of heal spray AoE all the time.
The first bears for LawLiet. Tier 3 is finished, so the Orb of Venom should be... but he doesn't... Okay, he does have a sharp going for the Orb now, most likely. No TP on him. He keeps the Talisman of Evasion for a little more EHP on his Alchemist. So what do we have? Ankh of Reincarnation is okay, I guess. First Fiend is out for damage against the Dryads. He does have Frenzy, should have Destroyers as well. And finally the coil.
Only now getting it. Alright, what are these guys gonna focus? Coil Nova on the demon, but it only tickles him! Thanks to these Ruined Bracers. Still, the right clicks are decent though. He has to retreat. No Acid Bomb yet on this Alchemist. He's very close though for WFZ.
A player's forces are under attack.
This inventory for the Lich is good, but apart from that, the DK almost naked, the Alchemist almost naked. This is not good, man. What do you see
Claws
here?
+9 though for the Lich. Is at plus 22 now. That is a lot of damage.
Plus the -8 armor. That
Yes,
he
I
gets.
could see the Night Elf Alchemist getting focused with Acid Bomb, and he's gonna take so much right-click damage.
Yeah, it's insane.
Right, Creep Jack coming in. Nova onto a bear here. Could perhaps result in some kills. He's going for the archers first. Slows down 2 with them, and the ghouls are so fast. Pretty cool how he used the Moonstone and tried to save the archer in Shadow Melt, but not quite fast enough.
Dude, the tome of agility there was pretty cool for the Alchemist as he jumps from from 2 armor to 3. So this helps against this Lich. 1 tome.
Yep, so he has some damage reduction from the Talisman, some from the armor that he has now. So not as much as the Demon, of course, who is sitting at 6 armor and is protected against the nuke. Late game Sacrificial Pit coming in here. So perhaps WFZ for once is gonna go Frost Realms. Usually he never looks towards them, or it may just be for a shade.
Yeah, it's Abominations coming already from the Slaughterhouse, so I guess he can't really afford A-bombs and worms and 2 destroyers. A pretty clear sign that this is just for scouting, but I mean the map is almost empty. There's not going to be too much movement, in my opinion. So we have the first big clash here: 60 versus 50 supply. The undead has the lead. Heal spray on the ghouls. They're not running out of range, and the damage on the demon hunter was good. So yeah, what can he do here now? The bear's of course superior to the ghouls, but for how long?
The Demon had to leave there really quickly because he had like -2 armor on a Demon Hunter. He's staffing back now though, but there was no Moon Juice for him. So he has to use Potions of Healing here to get back into fighting shape. Heal Scroll on the Night Elf side gets him back to decent health. Both players are taking quite a few losses here. Demon dropping low, Alchemist for the Undead also dropping low. Only 1 Destroyer left up in the air. If he can take this out, maybe Reju can turn this fight around for him. This Destroyer survives though, barely only. But this Alchemist also dropping low for WFZ, may still have the Ankh though. Demon Hunter,
There's a
super
stab.
low HP.
He might run out of range here. Okay, the Alchemist now retreating with the Dryad. That should be a pickup. It gets the Alchemist, but only the Ankh of Reincarnation. At least
and
the item is
traded for
gone.
a Dryad. Should be a decent trade. Who has the Invul, by the way? Still on the Lich? No. Alchemist got it. Okay, he
Alchemist.
transferred it.
Pretty good engagement
player's
for
forces are
WFZ, but
under
of course the supply lead was massive, is massive. It's 20 supply now. Level 3 for the Alchemist as well. 3 heroes. And now the Demon Hunter is trying to re-engage. Massive minus armor on the Lich, but also on the Demon! And there is only a staff for him. As you said, no Moon Juice. Lich is in trouble, but the statue will be able to heal him up, despite the damage over time from the Acid Bomb. LawLiet is trying so much to be aggressive, but with only the few Dryads, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Heal Spray heals it up again. Chemical Rage maybe not the best idea to go for that, as the impact of that spell wasn't too big. The next bear is coming, saves the Dryad with the Reju, but now he doesn't have the Reju on the Demon Hunter anymore. There was no Dispel, so it could have been a very, very tanky Demon Hunter in this fight. Mana burn again, so there's no coil to save anything. Alchemist again, dropping fairly low, getting blocked by the DK a little. Chemical Rage coming in. Reju on the Alchemist, that is super strong. And also Acid Bomb on the DK here. But everything is low, but nothing falls. Remo, are you back in the game?
I couldn't reconnect.
Alright. 2 Abominations, but it's only a 3-second delay on stream, so that should be fine for co-casting, I guess. Slaughterhouse produces a meat wagon now with 2 Abominations and the Alchemist in front. It should be pretty well protected, I guess. You're taking a break, or?
That's advertisement right now.
Oh, okay.
Esports money.
1-0 upgrade for LawLiet on his units. For WFZ, it is 0-0. 2 destroyers in the air now though, 67 supply, and finally, after 14 minutes and 20 seconds, we have Coil level 2. That might be the latest tier 2, level 2 spell that I've ever seen.
You know what? Do you think WZ picked the Alchemist to counter the Rune Bracers? Alright, I'm not gonna nuke him to death. I guess it has to be right clicks then.
Possible. Also, with the lack of Coil, or a good coil, the healing helps, of course. So catches 2 flies with 1 strike. Here we go again. Raw being used, but of course there should be Dispel immediately. There it is. Mana burns coming in. Acid, Chemical Rage here. Acid Bomb, but the Alchemist is dropping so low, being staffed out. And yeah, the support is missing here. The Abominations are dropping low, but not falling. Can't say the same for the Bears. And man, LawLiet fighting uphill here for 5, 6, 7 minutes already. He's not giving up, but it looks pretty bad for him.
Yeah, strong game by WFZ. Now he's moving forward. He even has meat wagons here to lay siege to the base. And once again, a counter expo coming up. We saw it a lot from him yesterday against Orc.
What does
so
it counter?
Unusual. Also unusual here, and he does it again.
What does it counter exactly?
Well, so used to saying that. Well, only his expansion.
Yeah, it's really weird how many expansions WFZ is throwing out. Again, Acid Bomb, Chemical Rage, but as I said, it's not too effective. The Destroyer is about to fall, but he micros it back well, and there's not a single point of damage on this meat wagon. He has free reign, and the Dryads are standing in the Disease Cloud. This is absolutely not good for them. Moves it back a little bit now. I think the Focus Fire is a little off for the Night Elf here. The Demon Hunter is of course the carry, but the coil saves the Destroyer. Not the second one though. He's getting rid of a little bit of magic damage. Nova hits the Demon Hunter, who's about to be level 4, but I don't think he will reach the level 2 evasion as he falls. GG, 1-0 for WFZ.
Well played there. I don't even know where, like, LawLiet made any mistakes.
Yeah, the first fight at the shop on the left side, where it was 10 supply ahead for the Undead. And he took that fight and not...
But how did he get ahead so much, you know? I felt like the Demon was supposed to carry that game harder, but in that fight, he gets focused, he gets Acid Bomb, -2 armor, has to be staffed out right away, doesn't have the Moon Juice to staff back with full health. But, well, who did you feel like had the more fitting Alchemist there in that game?
The question is, would Heal Spray helped LawLiet? I think so. The Bears, I mean, it's hard to say because for the Undead it's mostly single target damage, so Heal Spray doesn't do too much for you. But especially in the first fight where the ghouls were all over the place, maybe there it would have been better than Chemical Rage. Hard to say though.
And maybe with that skill build, he should have tried to go for hero kills more, burn the DK, and then go for Lich or Alchemist, whoever maybe, you know, looking to be more vulnerable. But WFZ found really good items to keep his heroes alive. He got the Ankh and the Health Stone. Yeah. So finding hero kills was difficult. And if you ignore the ghouls and go for the heroes, that is dangerous. Because ghouls put out a lot of damage, especially when there's so much minus armor. So
yes, yeah, the minus armor thing, the more minus armor there is, the better. So -1 is good, but -3, for example, is so sick. And therefore, of course, with the Orb of Corruption, are you in Netties? Ah, there you go.
Yes.
With the Orb of Corruption, it staggers the minus armor so high, and then it's like plus 30% damage or so on the target. And that is, of course, great for the Undead.
And one, something that some people were pointing out in chat, a fun interaction, unusual interaction is Acid Bomb is a debuff, but it can't be dispelled.
Yes.
One of the very few ones that cannot be dispelled. Nova Slow cannot be dispelled. Shadow Strike, Tick thingies, AoE cannot be dispelled. Most stuff can be dispelled, but that one cannot.
True. May have spread fake news about
fake news.
that one. Sorry, but now we know it better. Thank you, by the way, to Ente for a big host here for 250 people. Ente's stream, man, he's picking up pace, really. Like, having a Central European Warcraft player with more than 200 viewers is quite rare. So yeah, check out Just a Gozu on Twitch if you want to see some cool Undead play with English commentary. And actually, Wan is coming back as well. A little streaming and playing quite a lot.
Yeah.
German Undeads represent!
And they both got really good stats. They're wrecking Northrend right now. And taking advantage of the new ladder system. But really cool to see him streaming. Juan is also streaming, by the way. I don't know if that's what you were referring to, or
Yeah, I
just
just
that he's
said
back
that.
playing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Streaming as well with new equipment. Even I heard.
Ooh. So, all right, map number 2.
Wait, there's a question in chat that I want to answer.
Wait.
If you have 4 armor points, it does not matter if you have -4 or -5 armor, right? That is wrong, my friend. You can go into minus armor. So at if you're at 0 armor, you get no damage reduction. If you're at -1 armor, it's plus damage, actually.
Yeah. And minus armor even is more amplified damage than bonus or plus armor is mitigated damage.
Exactly.
For
Way
whatever
stronger.
reason. It's not that much, but it is a little bit more.
So we do have a Keeper of the Grove Huntress opening for LawLiet. We have seen this before, and it was fairly strong there, actually.
WFZ getting cheesed once again. He got cheesed quite a bit yesterday by the Orcs, and now it's with the Keeper. Is that just LawLiet fooling around, or is that him feeling, alright, actually going cheese strats is my best bet?
Well, I've seen this more and more recently with the Keeper of the Grove opening, and chat is pointing it out already. Fury Dragon play. Who was it again in Europe who played it? Like, not first, but, regularly?
You mean a good player or a ladder player?
Like, in between. He's a streamer as well. Oh, come on, I can't think of the name.
You mean Sock Puppet?
Yeah, exactly.
He always played Dark Ranger, though.
Ah.
But yeah, mass ferries. As with lots of air units, it's about critical mass. If you get to a very high number and the heroes for the unit are not completely out of control, then yeah, you can just pressure him into submission. Of course, that is all reliant on an expansion. You need expansion with Keeper, otherwise that guy is just too bad in the late game. So number 1 priority for the unit is find the expo, cancel the expo for as long as possible, and don't lose too much in the meantime.
True that. DK is harassing, so LawLiet has to evacuate his Wisp. That costs a bit of time, that delays his tech for a little bit, and the Wisp is not producing here now only. So this tech is already delayed due to the Huntress Hall build, and now with the Wisp move out, it's even later.
I'm surprised he didn't go for a wall off, because that's exactly the reason why you do that. With 1 Moonwell and Altar and Huntress Hall and Ancient of War, you can do that. Or maybe you need a second Moonwell, I don't know. But the point is you can wall off, so you don't get harassed here from your Wisps. This means he's going to be low on lumber. Of course, he's not going to need that for teching, but he is going to need that for the expansion. But then again, he's not that low on lumber after all.
On WFZ's side, we see an early Graveyard right after tech for early Fiends then, I guess.
Yeah. I think the main reason for this is against the fairies, because Frenzy Ghouls are really, really good against Huntresses.
Yes.
Pretty much good against everything, as long as there's no AoE.
But Fiends are good against them as well, so it's fine.
But Fiends might get picked off quickly with the
Especially with the
Entangle. That's the
Keeper.
big strength of the Keeper of the Grove.
Yep.
Early on, the Disable. But the weakness, once there's the spell, he feels pretty underwhelming.
But this spell is only tier 3, so
Yes.
he has to decide the game before, I guess.
A player's forces are
Yeah,
under
this is a
attack.
super all-in early game strategy. Like, LawLiet has to get an advantage early. If he doesn't manage to do that, it is extremely unlikely that he'll be able to win this game. And I like the expo positioning way in the south. Not where you would usually expect it. The skeleton is scouting for where he is expecting it, in a normal position towards the right-hand side of the map, even scouting the left-hand side of the map, but not the bottom side. And that's the nice thing about Twisted. There's a lot of space to plant down your trees.
Yeah, and a lot of space to run away from the DK. Of course, the Undead will bring the fight to your base if you go for more ghouls, but it's only 6, so the first big fight won't be that bad for LawLiet. If it's not tier 3 with destroyers, etc, etc. But the Keeper of the Grove at the moment, pretty underwhelming. He has a lot of mana still. I think he only used 1 Entangle on an Acolyte. Apart from that, no Ghoul's been picked up, no damage against the DK. It's quite underwhelming.
But he kept the DK from creeping. That's the important thing. If you can keep him from getting to level 3 until the big decisive fight comes around, that's really nice. And he's trying to keep up his scouting, but the DK will get away with a bit of experience and might find level 2. Getting to 3, however, will be more difficult for him. And LawLiet going for mercenaries as well. Well, that's what we see a lot of the time with these expansion strategies. Merc camp support, low tier units. It's not going to be quality, but it's going to be quantity on the Night side.
Alright, there was a scout going on, so he knows that the expansion is up. He's super far away, of course, but with Frenzy Ghouls, you move rather quickly. We have 2 Fiends in the main. I like that play. He can still creep with his signature skeletons and protect the Fiends that way, and have some damage against the Keeper of the Grove who wants to go into that base. So, once again, WFZ, I think, is a pretty smart player that adapts really well. We see it here, but he runs into an entangle.
There must be his TP.
Yes, there's another one coming in
the
soon.
Keeper's movement is... Wow, he lets him get away. Had he microed that Keeper better, he could have stayed in range and could have gotten another entangle out. Slight mistake there by LawLiet, and a Panda second. Makes sense against the Ghoul, of course. But how is he gonna reach level 3 here quickly? Maybe Keeper going harassing solo.
Yeah.
And the Panda only creeping. That's actually pretty cool.
But in the late game, is the Panda still good? I mean, we will have a lot of destroyers. He doesn't affect heroes too much. I don't know if I like that choice. I mean, it's good against the Fiends, Ghouls, and statues. But that's about it. Here he finds the decay and forces the TP.
On 40 HP again. Like, why don't you TP before? I guess with that late TP, he was able to grab up the Shadow Priest. But now he's super low health. And he's staying tier 2 for a long time.
Yeah.
Which is
But also
unusual.
very late lures for LawLiet.
Yeah. And exactly,
tier 3 now.
lures.
Yeah.
Not going for the fairies. Going lures, tier 3. Going into Bears Dryads after all.
Kind of tricked him a bit, I guess, because that's so many Fiends that it's not usual that we see so many of them.
Zukai is saying tier 2 likes to
Players
stay on
force
tier
are
2.
under
Are you saying
attack.
that he's a tier 2 player? Dude, that's a mean diss right there.
No, he just wanted to say WFZ likes to stay on tier 2. With no disrespect meant in that statement.
Disrespect.
Disrespect!
Dr. Disrespect. You are not familiar with Dr. Disrespect, right? He's a Twitch streamer, but you
I know
didn't-
that guy.
Yes, but he like stopped streaming for a while because he said he has trouble at home because he cheated on his wife or whatever.
Yep.
I wonder if that was like a PR stunt. That seemed so fake. Anyways, great scouting, great timing by WFZ. He cancels the expo. That is your win condition. Not even does he cancel it, he kills it actually. So this was expensive as well. And now you're stuck on one base at 40 out of 40 supply. Moonwell's missing. Both heroes level 1, and one of them is a goddamn Keeper of the Grove.
Yep, that is correct. I think LawLiet's statement that everything except Lyn will be easy for him. I don't know, man. Looking pretty grim for you. No second expansion up. That is, of course, 400 gold and a lot of time missing now. Tome of Experience for the Panda. Getting him close to level 3. Plus, what was the item? Okay, the item is still of the Warlord. But yeah, this looks like a very strong army for WFZ. He can move, destroy. Okay, he's not tier 3, so that will take some time. It's not as strong as I thought, since it's no Frenzy Ghouls. The Panda finds a Devotion Aura. The Engine of War is falling again, and he builds an expansion at the 6 o'clock position again. So he stays at around 40 supply, as he's, yeah, now building a Moonwell.
Yeah.
Oh man, this could be over soon.
Steaky going for a TP. Yeah, he's pressuring the main. That's dangerous though. You're going up against Keeper who's still kind of strong. And Dryad slow now as well. But this Knight of Army still is super small. He lost the first Tree of Life and the second one is in production right now. So it's like 700 gold that's missing from his army. The Moonwell will not fall. So far, nothing has fallen in this fight until the first Huntress, excuse me, does. And look at the missing damage here on the Knight side. Unless there's a breath, he's like only tickling this undead army. These statues are so strong right now.
Yeah, and they can't be reached, even with Dryads who are ranged, even with a Berserker. Like, what can he do? They can't be entangled. Dryad after Dryad is falling. Finally, level 2. Didn't mention that. Very slow leveling on the Keeper, or basically no leveling at all. And yeah, he contains him here in his own base now. He can basically stay there for a long, long time until he has no rods anymore. Okay, there is no rods anymore, but still mana to work with. Finally, Panda level 3, but now he gets away.
Oh.
Holy well microed, but then the unburrow a little too early.
Just a split second. Well done by LawLiet. They're waiting for the unburrow, trying to punish.
Yeah.
But, well, he lost quite a bit there. He got some ghouls, but he lost dryads, he lost huntresses.
forces
Not
are
really
under
what you
attack.
want, because dryads, fiends are gonna be really good against this Knight of Army as long as there is Dispel against the Entangle. And he has statues, he is gonna get Destroyer upgrade soon, because tier 3 is just finishing, whereas Knight of Expansion, well, it's almost done, but it's still quite a ways away from mining.
Lich is climbing up to level 2 here as well with an Invo Potion, protected, heal potion on the DK, but no Town Portal. Can't afford that right now, or doesn't want to afford it right now, as he has tier 3, and I can only imagine this is his signature Naga, or is Alchemist really his play now? I don't know if it provides too much against Mass Dryads at the moment. LawLiet
Against
is on
Panda
tier
Breath it would be nice, I guess. But against Dryads and Keeper,
A player's
maybe he
forces are
dies
under
too
attack.
easily. I like the shade, by the way, here by WFZ, always seeing where his opponent is. He knows where he's safe to creep. And that's the thing about the undead heroes here. If they get high levels, if they get 5-4 or 5-5, they will win the battle like solo.
LawLiet has a
As
lot
long-
to creep on his route south. There's still the red spot, there's still the laboratory, and his expansion he has to creep as well, which is up again. I wonder how fast the Shade will see that, but he's not moving, so it will take some time. The signature abominations are coming,
A player's
and
forces are under
no
attack.
third hero. Okay.
He's supply blocked right now.
Yeah.
Slight macro mistake. But here we go. He wants to look for the creep jack, calling over onto a bear. Is there a staff on the Knight of Sight? No. He was cutting some corners, so he's gonna lose this expensive unit and cannot retaliate without any kills of his own. The rest of the camp goes to the undead. Almost level 3 now. Looks like he's expecting an expansion there at the natural for the knife. And he's right, there's one coming up. But there is already another one in the south. But, well, that's a bad investment so far.
Yeah,
Was
maybe
expensive
LawLiet forgot
and
about it
hasn't
as well. But, psychologically, if you see this expansion, do you still think that there's another one? I mean, there wasn't too much progress for
player's
LawLiet after the
forces are
first
under
fight and
attack.
after the first expansion kill. So maybe he assumes it, or uses an Entangle for the Shade?
That was really good. I actually really like that. He scanned to find the Shade and to kill him off. Because if the Shade sees the Knight of moving south, he must know, alright, why the hell are you going so far away? And that would, I think, tell him that there's an expansion down there.
Probably.
I like that play. He has to hope that this expo down there goes unscouted for a long time. And then hopefully that wins him the game.
So Panda does some damage in the main,
Player's
can't staff
forces
of
are
course,
under
there should... No, it's no reach at the moment. But finally he's creeping the expansion in the bottom left. But is it too late? Because the undead is in his base. 46 supply for the Knight at 55. It's again the 10 supply advantage for the undead here. Ooh, structures are falling. Ooh,
Pit Lord?
is this trolling right now?
Against Dryads? Like,
Rain of Fire?
doesn't seem to be too effective. Alright, he goes for Howl of Terror actually, which can also be dispelled. But the front line here, the one bear that's only standing is taking a lot of damage already. The Panda, he is the MVP of this Knight of Army. If someone can win this fight, it's him. He has decent mana, not the most, but now the Dryads are being focused. The Entangles are getting dispelled so quickly, he doesn't have enough range damage to take out these destroyers here, it seems. But everything's low, nice heal scroll used right there by WFZ. Keeps everything in fighting shape. Panda dropping low, invul for him though. And he has more mana to use, and perhaps he can repel the undead from his main.
Going for a nice burst of fire. This is the Pit Lord falling. Oh no, another healing being used, so the third hero stays alive despite the slow and despite additional focus fire. Big Berserker fall here. Uses a Nova for it and trades the Abomination and actually keeps the Abomination alive, the Pit Lord alive over the Abomination. So he can return to battle. Both heroes are super low for LawLiet, and the Moon Juice is empty. He's trying to go for hero focus on the DK, who does not have a town portal. He wanted to swap the invul, but that failed. And now WFZ could be in trouble here. Lich has to move away. The Keeper kills the Destroyer. That is 10 supply lost in an instant, and this might be the big turnaround here. Nova tried to counter focus, but the Pit Lord falls as well. LawLiet on a roll if he keeps this Panda alive.
And he has more reveal. He can scan these fiends, he can detect them and take them out, and actually he finds more and more kills. The Panda getting closer to 5, I guess, and now the Lich is next on the list, and WFZ overextends in the main, loses everything, kills the Panda as well, but now he has no more fiends left. All the heroes are dead.
Dude, before the first fight in the base. The keeper was level 1. With this fight, he jumps onto level 5. It's a complete wipeout for WFZ. Plummets to 25 supply with this kill on the Abomination, which is a guaranteed one. Holy shit, what a turnaround. 800 or 900 gold here, but he kills the statue, gets the DK back at least. But that's about it. The statue falls as well. One more shot. Oh, going for the DK. Does he have one more entangle? No, he doesn't. But the slow, it's still too much. Oh, man. The expansion is up and running.
What a fail by WFZ. Oh my god. That's the biggest throw I've seen in a long time. He may even lose this destroyer. Oh, I can't quite reach. The Pit Lord, he wanted to swag on his opponent saying, I can play whatever I want here. This game is over, but he was wrong. And by the way, the massive mistake, why that fight turned around was he had both statues on mana. A mistake that you can never afford to make. It was on mana for like a minute. He just didn't realize. And he also, of course, overextended into the main when there was no reason to do that. He could have just attacked the expansion, looked for more. He had a shade already. It was not really hard to scout this. And now he's going to be going up against the level 5 Panda soon with a backup of an expansion.
And if LawLiet is lucky, there's also Staff of Silence here to be used, or a Spell Shield, which is also nice against Coil Nova. Oh man, this all of a sudden a very interesting game. Big mana potion for the Panda. Not level 3 yet, but so much time. He has to creep up the Pit Lord to make him a little more tanky. The DK, like the entire undead army, is super under-leveled now. He is 3-4-1 against 5-5. Soon to be 5-5.
But the Keeper of the Grove, as long as there's destroyers, he's still pretty much useless.
A player's
So,
forces are under
despite how heavily he threw there, he put his whole weight into that throw, but this still might not be totally over, because Lich is gonna come back, he is level 4, DK is gonna hit level 4, and maybe these two heroes can reach level 5. The issue here, the biggest one I see, is, well, of course, the expansion, which now has been scouted, by the way, by the Shade. But this Pit Lord, what the hell is he gonna do? This might be the first game ever where you actually want to prioritize leveling cleave.
Possibly. Or you just kill him, so the experience goes to DK and Lich.
If it worked that way.
The town is under siege.
No, I mean, like, the Pit Lord doesn't soak up the experience, you know?
Ah, okay. I thought you get experience for killing the Pit Lord.
That would be ridiculous. No. We don't give anything good for team killing here. We don't like that.
Did you play Counter-Strike 1.6 when you were younger?
On LAN, yeah.
Didn't you always shoot your allies in the head? At the start of the round, you're waiting for the freeze time to be over. You're already aiming at each other. Everyone's like doing the duck jump, you know, so you can't hit the head.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, good times.
Alchemist third for LawLiet. And the second expansion.
The town is under siege.
Every bit of healing he can get, I guess. And he's running into the main again. Dude, this guy is so stubborn. He don't care.
2 heal scrolls, 1 invul. Panda has a big mana. He has 1 heal scroll and a town portal. Breath of Fire into the statues. 1 is being warped. The wagon is not looking good at all being killed. And the statue is completely in the wrong position. But the alchemist already staffed out. DK is under heavy fire. Has to retreat, I guess. Does he have Death Pack? No, he doesn't. And another entangle catches him. Breath of Fire as well. The Dispel arrives way too late. Oh boy, he's gonna die. But no, the invul potion this time he uses it well.
He failed to do that the first time, but this time, yeah, he will survive. At least for 7 seconds. The Pit Lord dropping very low himself. This Panda damage is off the chain. His level 5 is doing so much here. Very nice coils. He's keeping as much alive as he possibly can, but it's just not enough at this point. GG! And WFZ gifts a game to LawLiet. Moving us to the third game soon.
One of the biggest throws in 2018. Like, seriously, that game was over. That game was so over that he picked a freaking Pit Lord, and
he still could have easily been able to win that game.
Yes, but LawLiet punishes this. The overconfidence. I think we won't see a Pit Lord from WFZ again in this matchup.
I hope so. It's a pretty damn crap ass hero against Night Elf.
Yeah, and the expansion was up for such a long time. yeah. No
I wonder, like, when you play against Keeper, what third hero do you want to pick? Dark Ranger is, like, always solid. You can perhaps get some skeletons. Perhaps you can land a good silence. And she's always, you know, a better fiend. Tinker, maybe? Or maybe you're too afraid of the
Naga's always
entangle
good.
focus.
Like, Naga is the common thing, I guess, to take with the right clicks.
Yeah, would be really good against the Panda walking in. Can't really think of a hero that would be amazing. Dreadlord, no. Cryptlord, no.
Tinker? Yeah.
I think Tinker, if you can protect him, if you have involves and stuff, and you have a decent number of destroyers to dispel the entangle. But certainly not a Pit Lord, guys. Keep that in mind.
Do we have a score for Lin versus Fly, by the way? Third game is already up for them.
Thank you very much, Platin89. Gotta decide on the baby's name as your 9 months is coming closer and closer. 8-month resub, thank you so much.
How would you name your child, Remo? I mean, it's very theoretically because
Remo Jr. Remo the second. Definitely something hipster. I don't know. Probably. I've never really thought about it because like having children is one of the most dreaded things that could ever happen to me. So I'm not anticipating.
I'm actually super surprised that it didn't happen to you yet.
Well, there were a couple of close calls, but so far so good.
Wouldn't you name it Yannis after me? Your best friend.
Well, if anything, it would be Herman.
Herman the German. Lin and Fly is 1-1. So we're going into map number 3 in this lower bracket semifinal between WFZ and LawLiet. The next map is Last Refuge, the Undead Hometown.
Yeah. Lots of Bloodlust to take over. Great for worms. But then again, it's WFZ. He really doesn't seem to like the Frost Worm, which is so weird. It's such an awesome unit, dude. Every shot is like a mini Nova. I think that's the most satisfying thing about playing worms. Like every bit of micro that you do correctly with them is so rewarding because every single attack matters so much. It's unlike any other unit because the slow is sick. And of course the damage, especially against bears, is also sick. But yeah, he doesn't like him, Neo. He's not a fan.
Unfortunately. I have to ticker for Readmore a little, I guess. Yes, so if you could do the early game, that would be sweet.
Epo skill burn resubbing for 18 months. That's 1.5 years for all you smart math people out there. Thanks, guys, for the great work. Walker 3 is still alive. Hell yeah, it is. We are going to our next offline event in Shanghai very soon. And Foggy will take the gold, of course. There's no question about that. And then we're going to have a grand old time. And Foggy's going to invite us to a brothel.
No way. He would rather invite us to a salad bar or something.
He totally would invite us to a salad bar. In case you guys aren't aware, Foggy's diet looks like a rabbit's diet. It's a lot of salad and tomatoes and carrots and maybe one slice of beef.
But I think if he wins, he would go drinking. At least beer.
Yeah, we did share like some sips of beer in the past.
Yeah, but we kind of forced him. Ugri forced him.
At WCA 2016, was Ugri there? Yes, he was,
Yes.
of course, and he took the pictures. Yes. So, which event is this? The which number of events? So we went to WCA 2014, then 15 and 16. 15 was WCA again, and 16 was both. Do you know what number this tournament is for us? Must be like 7, right?
I think it's 7. Could be 8.
7. Damn, dude, we're old dogs by now.
Like it's really not that exciting anymore. Like compared to the first one, when I didn't take a plane in such a long time that I had no idea how to act in an airport. For example, there was like, and you were constantly saying like, dude, old 80-year-old grandmothers can take their planes. Don't be worried about that thing all the time. And now it's like, yeah.
When's your
happens
flight,
all
by
the
the way, on Friday?
At 7, I'm flying to Frankfurt. From Hamburg to Frankfurt. I don't know when it's from Frankfurt to Shanghai.
Ah, you're gonna join me then, probably. I think from Frankfurt it's leaving at 10 or something.
Yeah, probably.
So when you're flying at 7, that means you're there at 8.
Yep.
Ah, yeah, it's 2-hour layover. That's okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about
Players'
some Warcraft
forces are
or?
under attack.
I don't care. We can talk about
Town
other
is
stuff
under
as well.
siege.
Have you continued watching Westworld?
Yes.
I watched the first episode and I was like, I know, guys, this seems like style over substance to me. Like, you know what I mean?
It was really confusing, the first episode. Second one as well. It's getting better. A lot of
Pretty
things.
cool Murlocs around there from LawLiet,
Yep.
with the 4 archers, so it couldn't run back.
A player's forces are under
DK creeping up with ghouls simultaneously solo. That's pretty new. We don't usually see this. But it works out well. Gets him close to level 2. Tech-wise, he's actually decently far ahead. Why is this tech so late from LawLiet? I guess WZ wasn't scouting with a ghoul, so that's why he was able to keep a lot of lumber. So he's gonna be getting to the higher tech stage very quickly here.
Ooh, unfortunate end snare, but the Demon Hunter is there to fend off these ghouls, but he's close to the trees! Could have been a surround there, man.
Ay, 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 ay.
He's
That was
trying-
really close.
And he could get them there, but I mean, with the 4 archers there and the ghouls being hurt, maybe it's also kind of a bait to force that surround to get a few ghoul
Yes.
picks.
This DH is actually deceptively tanky because it looks like he's hurt, but he has Circlet and Gauntlets in his inventory. So he still has 500 health after a bit of healing here. Doesn't want to get this
player's
cancelled.
forces are under attack.
And he won't.
Nice. So WFZ at the moment not accomplishing too much. He's getting close to level 2. The graveyard is in time for LawLiet. We don't see a Huntress Hall yet. Oh, only now... Ah, still fitting. I was a little worried there, but of course they know what they do.
So Demon going to the shop again. How much money does he want to spend? Does he want to be super safe with staff and boots? It's pretty expensive though. He goes for the boots only. Sentry behind the undead army to cover his retreat. And the Demon, yeah, he's pretty strong right now. 2.5. Would love to find some more experience to get to level 3 quickly, to then be super annoying on tier 2. And the Ancient of War is already next to the Merc camp, so he has to decide, do I want to give solo experience to the Demon, get that level 3, be annoying, but then again, might be hard to level up my second hero.
Could do both, as it seems. Artists are in position. Demon Hunter is still trying to find the DK. And yeah, still no coil for him, man. This is kind of like the theme of the series. No coil for WFZ. And so far it works out great. Is it Naga's second time? Alright.
If he gets last hit, it's level 2. Oh, mistake. Usually a detonate miss doesn't make so much of a difference, but this one did. And the Panda's coming out, so he's not gonna solo level this Demon. I like this play by LawLiet. But look at the low mana on him now. That's the new patch, boys.
Yeah.
And Naga second, vintage WFZ.
Really, right? I checked the altar and it was a Lich coming, but he cancelled it. And now going for the Nagas. He is confident that he can punish this creep here. Panda, of course, needs some time to get online. He has a Boots of Kel'Thalas, Agility Tome as well, but how many? We have 5 times piercing damage. I don't know if it's the right call for WFZ to fight here, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it isn't. Has to retreat. This Demon is so strong right now. Only thing he needs now is level 3, and he's gonna be king of this map until Undead has Orb and Frenzy. So far, no ghouls lost. Really well done by WFZ, not giving up any free kills. Despite the Boots of Speed, can be sometimes hard to keep them alive. But good blocks secure their lives. Unless Caster's Curse finally kills the first one. No. Demon is dropping lower on HP, putting more damage into the Naga, but with his mana being so low, this is gonna be pretty intensive for the Moonwells to heal up again.
That's true. How's the Moon Juice looking like? Oh, it's full, actually. He saved a lot of juice there.
Oh wow. Did he not use any Moon Juice so far?
I don't think so. He had the Reju potion that saved him Moon Juice.
Yes. Yeah. So actually he's looking really... And look at this Demon's inventory, dude. Oh my god, he's so strong. He's strong, man. Very strong, man. Only needs one more level up. And he's very close to that, in fact. Panda 2.5 as well. I really like what this game has shaped up so far to be like for LawLiet.
I agree. The undead heroes are so low. Their inventory is mediocre. When of mana stealing here, nah, not what he wants. Tier 3 is ready though. Lich is coming, and of course the power spike is getting closer and closer with the destroyer upgrade and the frenzy. This should still be enough time for LawLiet to get 3-3, right?
I think so. If he sends the demon away right now, which he certainly should, he gives the boot to the Panda. I really don't like that, but I guess he wants to land some very potent Breath of Fire Drunken Ace combo, which is now a level 2 breath and a greater invul as well. Fantastic drops for him this game. And he already is in fighting shape, and the undead isn't even looking to be aggressive at this
With
point.
those hero levels, you can't be, right? Panda is staffing. Oh, there's an expansion coming for LawLiet as well.
And now he's trying to find some kills here with the Panda coming in and the Dryads. Frenzy just finished. Here's the Lich. But yeah, these hero levels. DK not level 3, Naga not level 2, Lich obviously only level 1. Demon dropping low though. Might be a TP forced here. It is a TP forced. The item doesn't get stolen by the Night Elf. He did get the experience. But that was a good little comeback from the undead. Kills 2 units there, forces the TP, and actually the TP being lost could come back to be relevant. Because now hero kill just became a lot more threatening.
Mana Stone is also a magnificent item for the DK. It's a Sobi Mask plus a big mana potion basically combined. A weaker Sobi Mask though. And now it's Destroyer push time. 50 supply, and this expansion will be cancelled. There's no way about it. And LawLiet is creeping, not protecting the Expo, as he's once again 10 supply down.
Yep. Easy cancel. So this is an interesting situation now. Normally we say Night Elves don't have a chance in the highest level of competition on one base, but these heroes are so strong, the items are perfect. He has a Health Stone, a Greater Invul, Boots of Quel'Thalas from earlier. He lost an Archer and a Berserker. But other than that, and the Expo being cancelled, this game has gone swimmingly. DK finally hits level 3. Super late, gets that in the end though. Signature A-bombs not yet coming. Sacrificial Pit on the way. But I imagine this will once again be only for the Shade.
Red spot time. So what will we get? Lot of good items here, especially for the undead. And that is the best one! Ooh. Hits from the bong, everybody. Mana aura for an undead is the absolute dream.
LawLiet gets the same, which is really good for the Panda. For the rest, it's like, meh.
I mean, it's a more Dispel, you don't really need that. It's more mana burn, maybe, but you're never really out of mana with the Demon Hunter. But it's also more Raw and Reju, which I think is okay.
For Reju, it could become relevant. Dryad mana, usually there's always enough to like dispel the skeletons or whatever. And both players keep on creeping here. Undead's gonna hit 3-3-3 if he does it well with the solo leveling for the Lich here. And that is a lot of damage. The nuke is sick here.
It's of course a pendant of energy. We're at 450 HP and insane mana regeneration, especially when the statue is close. And if he drops the pendant, then consumes the mana stone. That's just such a nice synergy. But yeah, Sobi Mask, oh boy. Come, use a Breath of Fire or something so I can see your mana regen.
Yeah, a lot of great mana items here for the two players. And WFZ's moving north. Doesn't seem to be wanting to fight yet. By the way, no TP on the Night Elf side. But a lot of gold is what he does have. And here's a Creepjack. Bad position for the undead, being greeted by Drunken Ace Breath of Fire. This doesn't look like a fight he can win. And he will retreat out of this. Not quite being able to save most of his ghouls there. But he keeps the statues alive, keeps the fiends alive. And he actually does have a Boneyard this time.
Oh man. And he breaks upkeep with that. 57 supply now for the undead to one map number 1. The heroes are getting better and better here. 3-3-2. Now he solo creeps this one. Is it enough for 3? Yeah, it is. So level 2 Nova
almost 5 though, with like infinite mana.
And he sends the Demon Hunter away as well. I like that.
so close.
Town is under siege.
What's the item?
Ring of Regen.
Did he pick up with a bear?
Yeah, I
He
think
did!
so.
He has a
He's so-
backpack!
Yeah, he's he's slot starved, so he has to pick it up with a
player's
bear.
forces are
Most likely selling it here now, so that's why he staffs it back. Engine of Wind on the high ground. So not scouted, most likely, because it's a very unusual position. So we do have double Frostworm and A-bombs. That is, like, he saved a lot of gold for that.
And this could be a very potent timing. Is he gonna wait for... Yeah, of course he's gonna wait for the second Frostworm. Having queued it already. And by the time this is out, maybe we're gonna have 2 to 3 hippos.
Yeah.
Which could totally be getting webbed and be getting shot out of the sky. Well, by then they're on the ground, I guess.
It's only one Fiend, though. I don't know if
But he has Coil Nova, Fog Lightning as well, so...
Yeah, that is true. He's not going for another Ziggurat here, so at the moment he's stuck at 70 supply.
Ooh, can he kill his Ancient of Wind? That would actually be really good, but he doesn't quite want to commit yet. Alright, actually he does. Destroyer's being morphed. 2 statues left on the ground the way it's supposed to. This is a scary undead army. How many heal scrolls does he have? 2 as well. And he's going onto the high ground.
Actually scouting it. Drunken Ice Breath of Fire is massive though. Still hoping and waiting for his level 5. But yeah, he gets the Engine of Wind. That will get rid of a lot of supply and anti-air. With the ghouls, he can tear it down. And the Abomination is blocking there really well. Coil Nova, Fog Lightning. Richu is getting dispelled. Where's the staff? Here we go. At least he gets one Hippogriff out, but that's about it. And now he's down to 2 lores. And that's the only thing that can produce anything right now. Oh, another Breath of Fire, but it's only level 2. It's kind of a waste. So as close as he is to level 5.
And the one hippo that there was has been taken out quickly. The bears are gonna fall on the front line, but this nuke damage against these bears, nicely keeping the DK on the high ground, by the way. The Demon Hunter can't reach to mana burn. He's too slow. The Dryad and the back lines are still dealing good damage from range, but once the bears are gone, they might be falling quickly. Lich out of mana now, though. So is the Naga. Only the DK with mana left. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire again, and this panda is now level 5. Level 4 for the DK. Lots of slow on him. Is this gonna be a kill?
He doesn't have a town portal. Does he have another Breath of Fire? He's out of range now thanks to the slow of the worms. He has to staff out the Demon Hunter, so no potential kill here. But the massive Breath of Fire has to evacuate the Naga as well. This must be a town portal. He does have the... Oh, is it? Invo Potion being used here, but only a few seconds. Nice micro by WFZ to save all the heroes here. Gets a Fiend, yeah, but that's about it. DK still has the mana stone. Could nuke the panda in a bit.
He wanted to steal the invul there at the shop, but the Dryads are protecting it. That was really close there. Undead still with a 10 supply advantage, but all of that is still missing and stuck in the production.
A player's forces are
There's still a bit of Moon Juice, Follow Light, and he's catching the heavy air. Just a bit of free damage. The Demon Hunter is really ballsy. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire coming in. Of course there's no coil, because the Naga is not undead. And this should be, with another breath, it's the kill. Does he have something? He slows him down. Breath of Fire does not reach, but he does tremendous damage against DK and statues. It's cleanup time now, but is it really in the undead base?
Dude, that Nova just saved the Naga, keeping her away. She's still below though. This Frostworm is definitely gonna die. Lots more experience for him. Almost, well, DK in trouble. Can't be healed, and he dies in his own base, and the demon will get staffed once again.
Man, this is again, WFZ had it like 15 supply advantage before that fight. And he killed the Ancient of Wind, so there was basically no anti-air. But now, LawLiet said, okay, if I don't have hippos, I build 1 trillion Dryads. And with only 2 Fiends, there's not too much solutions against that. Almost losing another A-bomb here. He actually is losing another A-bomb. But he has to be careful with the panda. If the nuke comes back, he might die.
And these Dryads, like, has a single Dryad died this game? He never focused them. Was that the right choice?
Expansion 50% done.
Of course, now it's hard to ignore the panda. He's...
Alchemist
level 5.
again.
This is so much damage.
Yeah, 5.6 is the level of the panda. Demon Hunter is getting level 5 here as well. Healing works, of course, against magic immune units. That's why the Dryads are really enjoying this golden shower here at the moment.
That's their thing.
Apparently.
WFZ selling the Boneyard and the Sacrificial Pit both. DK still not back. There is Riju here, but he doesn't have too much of it. Is he going to be able to keep this demon in here without having to staff him out? He's rejuing him. He's using heal spray as well. He definitely will not have to leave. The Dryads are committing deep for this, though. This could be a lot of kills onto the Night Elf side. Big Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire combo coming in. Everything's still alive. Heal still coming in as well from the Undead. Statue's a little bit out of position. And now the Bears exposing themselves to the one Frost Room that there is level 5 for the demon, though. Next, Big Breath coming in as well. Naga has a healing potion. Still tanking lots of damage. DK is going to come back in a second. He has a coil, obviously. Is he gonna use it right away? No, prefers to get burned.
Level 3 burn, obviously. This hurts. LawLiet is losing a little bit more. There is a Nova, but the staff is ready as well. Lots of solo experience for the Panda because he constantly teleports the Demon Hunter back to base. You know, there's always this one guy, if you move out from your hometown to university, then there's always one guy who constantly goes home every single weekend. This is the Demon Hunter, man.
Mom, I got laundry.
Exactly.
The town is under siege.
Thank you very much, Citro, by the way. 16 months. Hail
Let me
Hydra.
guess. Hail Hydra?
It was. He's trying for the expansion right now, but this is a very small undead army. But he has nukes. He still has the Mana Stone. Could get a lot of mana points. This would be like almost the entire mana pool if he drops it, right? Yeah. 480 mana. The Meat Wagon once again. Didn't like this addition. And here we go. DK is full mana. Coil, Nova, everything onto the demon. He still has the Invul. But he also has the staff. He's going to go home to Mommy once again. Mom, I'm back. But Moonju is completely dry now. Doesn't have Riju at the moment. The Panda getting slowed. He has a staff. He's gonna have to use it if he wants to survive this. And there we go. Is the damage high enough? The Focus Fire will not kill this Panda.
Pretty tanky, even without items. Now Riju is working and the Alchemist has once again full mana. But is the damage sufficient to kill this Tree of Life? Looks like it. No repair. Coil against the Destroyer. Normal damage coming in. The good thing is that the wagon is gone. Now the Dryads are flanking. DK is still level 4. Naga is about to be level 4. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire not hitting too much. Coil to the rescue. 60 supply versus 65. And the Panda still close to 6. Big targets here. Target is once again the Demon Hunter. That Breath of Fire was massive. Fiend can't save himself. And this A-Bomb is in a bad position as well, but the long-range coils are always good. Next breath. Looking forward to it. Man. Closer and closer to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Storm, so. And everything is about to fall for WFZ. If LawLiet can push forward and doesn't lose his heroes, this should be game.
But the Panda, he's dropping real low. Coil used defensively, though, onto the Frostworm. Lich and Naga both super low HP. The Bears moving forward. The Dryads in the back again seem to be untouched. Panda, he's very low HP. He's 1 kill away from level 6. Can he save himself with this one? No, he will fall. That's a level up for the Lich. Level 4 for him. Denies the Fiend. And WFZ stays alive. Barely, but he does stay alive.
The MVP is kind of benched now. With an injury. Is he getting him back from the tavern? Yes, but that is so much gold. About 700 here. He is 6 experience away from his ultimate though. 1 skeleton. And the expansion is still up, is still mining. That's the win condition for LawLiet once again. It's 100 gold remaining in the main gold mines. And then, of course, he could move the Tree of Eternity over. That's what he will be doing. Nature's Blessing coming now. That also fortifies this expansion a little as it gives him a little bit more armor points.
By the way, the last engagement, WFZ did really well keeping his Destroyer and Frostworm there on the high ground. He microed that so well.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's 20 supply down at this point. This 15 now it is.
With Undead Heroes 555 or 544, I think he could maybe turn it around.
Yeah.
But against 5-5 Night Elf Heroes, man. And level 2 Alchemists as well.
If LawLiet gets impatient and feeds into the main, this might be doable.
He wants level 6 so bad. And this is the staff. So no staff available now.
Oh, he only has double staff.
There we go.
Also has it. Yep. Oh, he GG's out before.
Ruins the fun for the viewers, man. D-derm.
We said yesterday, WFZ is no man who cares about fun.
Nope. Who cares about fun? sounds weird. Well, what do I have to care about today? I have to do laundry, I have to get some groceries, and I have to have some fun.
It's on my top of the list every day.
Lin is in the grand final, by the way, defeating Fly 3-1. So the opponent of the winner of this series will be Fly 100%.
Oh yeah, it's best of 5. I always forget this here in the.
It's weird for lower bracket semifinal.
Yeah. And there I thought like, oh man, is he gonna regret that stupid play on Twisted Meadows, throwing the series away? But he still has a chance. I must say, in the super late game fights, especially with Frostworms, I don't like 120's micro, WFZ's micro. It's starting to happen again so much, because I feel he prioritizes killing the bears way too much. The nice thing is, when you have this late game army, this potent undead late game army, you can focus the bears with the destroyers and Frostworms, and also diminish their damage by so much thanks to the slow. And then the heroes and the fiends can take out the dryads, but they just were allowed to stay alive and relevant way too long, I felt like. Would have liked to see him try to kill those off earlier. That fight when he took out the Ancient of War, the Ancient of Wind, that was on the high ground. I thought he had that game there, but no. Stronghold by LawLiet.
Thank you very much for the coverage of Liquipedia here. That helps us a lot if we don't have to do it. So the results are already entered there, and it was a straight up 4-game Blade Master Shadowhunter play. So I doubt we missed anything, because the action here in our series is pretty intense. And I'm looking forward to the next game.
Nobody played Tier 3? Did anybody watch the stream of the Orc Mirror?
I don't know if there was a stream actually, because Chaco was not streaming today, as it never is the case on Sundays.
Yeah. But the Chinese are. Fly certainly is.
That is correct.
How hot is it with your lights on, yeah?
It's really hot. By the way, we have some new followers here. One is 91 years old, and one is 87 years old. That is very cool to see. Shout out. And thanks for watching.
I hope they heard that and they aren't asleep in front of the screen.
No. I met them yesterday, like in real life, and they are so impressive. Like, they're still so talkative and so active, and their minds are still so clear. When I compare that to my grandfather, who is like a little dull already and sometimes a little confused, you know, that's like super impressive how you can stay in shape with 91 or 87 years.
Where did you meet a 91-year-old man, Neo?
It is a 91-year-old woman, and it is the grandmother of my roommate.
Ah,
Yes.
And they were coming to visit.
Yes.
And what did they say? How dirty was your apartment? Did you guys clean for the visit?
Oh, it's a beautiful place here, mate. They were pretty enthusiastic about what we did with this little room we have.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, dementia. Did we talk about that before? I always knew, well, dementia is kind of bad, obviously.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but I never had a severe case of it in my family, so I didn't experience it personally. But I actually was educated, kind of, by a movie which is called Alice, I think it is, which shows dementia pretty well, as far as I know it. Again, I don't have personal experience. And there, for the first time, was like, holy shit, man, that disease is so fucked up. Little by little, it steals what you are as a person.
Yeah, it's like, at first
so
it's kind
nasty.
of funny, you know, because it's just about little things. So, like, my grandmother suffered from it really hard. So, she asked me to get some tomatoes, for example, and of course I did it because I'm a good boy. And then I looked into a fridge, and it's like 25 packs of tomatoes there already. I was like, man, Grandma, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I didn't see them. So it's funny at first, but it's getting really fucked up, and I could never watch that movie. It's way too hard.
Yeah, of course, if you have personal experience with it, that's pretty harsh. Yeah, but it is really, really, really horrible. Hopefully, medical progress will continue and we'll be able to deal with that better in the future. And on a selfish, personal note, I think I'm at very high risk of getting dementia when I'm older because my memory is already so fucking bad.
Man.
Well, we're gonna see.
Then we're gonna be in the retirement home together, of course still casting Warcraft, but we constantly forget about the scores, so we cast every game like it's the first. Super entertaining.
But we can watch Focus versus Moon again, and it's gonna be the first time for us on Turtle Rock.
True. So enough with that stuff. Off to a new game. It is LawLiet having the lead, having match points on Echo Isles here. 2 pretty big turnarounds for them, I guess, for him. And he's choosing the 3rd different first hero. It's Warden time, baby.
All right. Echo Isles, the #1 Warden map, level 3, easiest to acquire here if you get away with the first creep camp, which is pretty much always going to be the Merc camp, which is greedy, obviously. If it gets scouted and pressured with 3 ghouls, that's very dangerous. And it is certainly going to get scouted.
Yep, that is true. So heroes are popping out. Oh man.
What
can
does
the ghoul
Goranism
do?
mean in Korean? It was something about a plant, right?
No, that was Life's account. Goranism is something from an anime, I guess. I'm not too sure. I looked it up and I was linked to some weird anime Wikipedia kind of ripoff. I have no idea, man. Look it up. I forgot it.
And then he got inspired and... Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I think you know what I was about to say.
Yep.
Shadow Priest pickup here from the undead side. It's a big investment into the early game that may just be killed off right away with some Shadow Strikes. Here's the first one. That at least doesn't go towards the ghouls, which are pressuring. It is not the 3 ghoul pressure, but the 2 ghoul plus Shadow Priest pressure. I don't know that I saw this before, and already 1 Wisp's down.
Yeah.
The second Wisp is gonna die. The third one's low HP already.
Holy
the DK is
shit.
coming over. This Ancient of War may die. The creep cannot go to the undead. He's holding the coil. Too late to use it. The warden will get it. The item is claws +9. That's nice. If he keeps the Ancient of War alive here, that's nice. But that's not so easy to do. Warden dropping low as well. Might be forced into Blink here. She's still slowed from the creep. That's a Blink gone. And still the TP has to come after with the coil coming in.
This is a freaking disaster for LawLiet right from the start. Tremendous harass, good timing with the ghouls, steal of the Shadow Priest who's still alive. LawLiet was a little overwhelmed there with creeping and keeping control of everything, since he couldn't even detonate against the skeletons there, and this Engine of War will fall, crippling the creeping ability of the Warden, who's down to 50%. Shadow Strike, yeah, to get finally rid of this priest. There is no coil anymore, so he can't chase her anymore with that blink. But man, does he have to fight uphill now. Another Engine of War in the base. This tech is gonna be so late.
Players' forces are under attack.
Even going for a shop here. Warden taking more damage. Moon Juice completely dry. Thank God it's nighttime. He could go into Shadow Melt, by the way. There's no dust. That's
He's
what he
listening
does
to
here.
you. But these ghouls are still reigning. These 2 ghouls, 120 gold each, but what an effect they had on this game.
He's reinforcing now with the Berserker from the Merc camp, but the undead tech has already started. And when can LawLiet tech? Well, he does have the
Players'
resources for
forces
it.
are under
Does he
attack.
feel secure enough about it? Warden, is she gonna go towards the shop? Go for some boots, maybe? Could be dangerous. But actually, we see the ghouls going for creeping now, not keeping up the pressure.
Interesting, right? Like, starting to tier 2 now, it will of course be quite a bit faster. You see it here, 1/3 ahead. Would love to see like ghoul rush, but I think the chance to feed the Warden is a little too high there. But what can the Warden do now? I mean, her damage is good, but it's slow, so she's hard hitting now, but not a DPS monster as the Demon Hunter is. She will be level 3 at most in like minute 1.5 if he has time to creep. But if you take a look at the map, there's a yellow Congo line walking from right to left, and this is more pressure.
Not yet level 2 is the DK. And I'd like him to actually not commit to the base, but rather keep the Warden from creeping. Don't feed your own ghouls, of course. Or try not to. He will have to deny this one. Or Blink. And gets the right click in. That's more mana invested though. Booster speed from the marketplace. I really like that on the Warden. Gonna make it easier to chase these ghouls and gets the next kill. And now she's basically level 3. That commitment there to the base backfiring heavily
Oh, yes, man.
for WFZ. He needs to get this deny. Nope.
She used all her mana, so she will be low for quite some time. Can blink out in a bit, so she's not about to die here. Oh, actually there's a coil and no TP. If he fucks up the blink, she's dead. Oh no, it's just level 1 coil. Yeah. So it's fine.
70 damage, not enough. So tier 2 done on WFZ side, going for the Lich. He has the money for tier 3 as well. And we'll go there right away. Frenzy Ghouls are extremely good against the Warden, especially if she doesn't have Fan of Knives, which she doesn't have.
Seems like Herr Wusel is enjoying this match a lot, or this series, because he comes in once again with a big 50 euro donation. Thanks, Herr Wusel, you are freaking awesome.
Thank you very much, man. That is amazing. Warden got another item from the marketplace. The Pendant of Energy. He is investing so hard into her. He has like barely anything else. 25 supply for LawLiet. Finally level 2 by the way for the DK with ghouls simultaneously creeping. I like the positioning of the DK here, trying to keep a slaughterhouse alive. The idea is nice. I don't know if it's quite required. In the end, it wasn't. Warden still hiding in the shadows, wants to get some more easy, juicy ghoul kills. But WFZ will not be giving those away so freely. Of course, going for Acolytes is always a danger with the Warden. And she does have the blink to get in or out. But she's not trying to hunt down the economy at the moment.
At the moment, indeed. There's a lot of mana on her, though. It's just, she can do basically whatever she wants. And as I said many times, the more ghouls you kill in the early mid-game, the better it is for the first big late-game fight, where you don't have too many bears, where the ghouls are a big damage per second like utility that you have. So the Warden is basically doing that, I guess, or wants to do that. I'm not too sure. While creeping here at the same time, she will, or he will play her solo for the longest time, I guess. So the carry will not be the Panda, but the Warden.
And I wonder if he's gonna play her completely solo. You definitely need level 4 to stand a chance in the late game in real fights. You would prefer level 5. In the super late game, not even level 5 is good enough if you play her solo. Dark Ranger would be the usual last pick for the undead here, completing the triumvirate. DK's experience, that's the big concern here. Not even level 3 yet. He's gonna grab up some more. He gets the 1 of mana stealing. Could be good. Could also be a bit of a waste. Warden still full mana, by the way.
Moonjuice
looking
strike,
okay.
But a little too late. Couldn't get the steal.
And keeps on creeping here. Ancient of War already in position down at the turtles. That would be his level 4. But here now is tier 3. He has the Orb. Frenzy is on its way. So is Destroyer Form upgrade. But no level 3 DK. No level 2 Lich.
What the hell are you doing there?
I'm making a mess.
You're cleaning up your place. I see. And
this is the perfect time.
The thing that we didn't mention yet, there is no expansion yet for LawLiet. As we oftentimes said, you need an expo against undead, and it's again the Alchemist, man. It's not a gimmick anymore. He's like seriously playing that. Even against a Shadow Strike Warden. Against the Fan of Knives Warden, okay, I can totally see that. But he is so squishy. I think the Warden will be able to snipe him, especially once she gets level 5.
Interesting. Alchemist, of course, high HP pool, good against nukes. And the Warden won't be able to, like, right-click him. She won't be able to hold her ground against the Frenzy Ghouls. This could work out. Maybe.
What's up in the base? He's going heavily for bears, only now dryads. 3 master bears, or did he split them somehow? No, right?
WZ. Is his stubbornness coming in again? Is he really committing to the main again?
It's not too much Moonjuice there. Oh, actually, in the back there is. First Destroyer up, Roar must be dispelled, or is he waiting for the reju? No,
there's
getting
a Nova.
rid of it now.
He's not using the Nova, he's full mana on the Lich. Here's Heal Spray again, level 2 now for the Lich. Still holding on to all of his mana points. There we go, going for the Warden now, but she will have Blink. Barely gets away.
Nice jump indeed, but the bears are raining on the ground. There's still ghouls available though, and now the destroyers can do whatever they want. Bear number 1 falling to the Nova and right clicks. The other one will most likely fall as well. Lol, he's not finishing them. What the hell? The Dryads are getting greeted by the Lich. Like, how's your day? You're dead now.
Yeah.
And this
letting
time
that one bear especially escape. Massive mistake.
Yeah.
But he is now laying into the Moonwells. If he could take out this shop, this would also be a big kill. And he has a decent number of Frenzy Ghouls here. Might be able to do that, however, with Wisp Repair. Could perhaps be saved.
LawLiet is supply stuck. He killed the Moonwells. No chances for reinforcements. Some of them are coming because he started them before the Moonwell fell. 3 bears, but almost no anti-air. He's aiming for the Lich because that's, of course, the main damage reduction that he has here. But the bears are falling. Heal spray is there. Coil to save the Lich. That was the last piece of mana, though. Everything is burned. So he's trying to go for the hero now. Right clicks. But where's the follow-up? It's only Warden versus Lich. Swapping the town portal. Lich is safe. WFZ is safe. And LawLiet in shambles.
Did he notice the Fiend getting burrowed there? If he did, this would be another kill for him, getting him closer to 5. Where he still isn't really close to be honest, though. Moonstone. Near. Look at this inefficiency. Moonstone for 2 Moonwells. What is this?
Well, that happens if you lose half of your Moonwells.
True, true.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that fight went pretty well for the Undead, with having crappy hero levels. He's gonna get level 3 DK now. He's gonna get level 2 Alchemist, Acid Bomb. Don't underestimate this, guys. Could be becoming very powerful.
Like, the Warden is not really a tanky hero yet. She has a lot of armor, but only 775 HP, so use Acid Bomb, use Orb of Corruption, -8, and then watch her die.
He's getting solo bonus experience though from being tier 3, so this is gonna be level 5 for her.
And Ring of Protection here actually helps a lot. Like, you should keep that, I think.
No. But he should get an invul as well though.
Yeah, yeah, true. Sell a claw, I think, right? The +6. It's not so much gold. I don't know. One of the claws. Yeah, gets a staff for it. Okay, is it lame time against acolytes or?
It looks like it. Doesn't have Fan of Knives though, he didn't retrain. So it's hard to kill him off quickly. Still has the Shadow Strike. What's he gonna go for? Is it really the Alchemist? Who has 850 HP at this point. Healing Potion as well. DK gets a Scroll of Healing from the middle. And is moving across again. 57 supply for him. 47 only for LawLiet. But the Warden, he's looking for some kills.
Yeah. Where to get them? She's far away, has to blink back home to defend. That's about it, man. There's no second hero for LawLiet. It's only the Warden, a few bears and a few Dryads. 0-0 tech. Expansion is coming, but that's oh no, it's not. It's just an Engine of War. Sorry, I misread that. Here we go. A little bit of a backstep now for LawLiet. He's aiming for the Lich, but of course there's plenty of course.
There's the first one. Lich, by the way, hit level 3. Level 2 Nova. He just got that. That's a lot better against the bears. He's trying to pick off the ghouls one by one, trying to get to level 6. It's still
I think that's the right thing to do here. Is the anti-air sufficient? He's going for more Dryads. He overcame being supply stuck, so he's kind of back. But every single game of this series, he has to fight the 10 supply uphill. It's just like against Orc.
Some of that's still missing with the Fiend being bored in the main, by the way. Some damage that he doesn't have in his main army. The important thing here is don't give the Warden experience. Borrow, Dark Ritual, use whatever you can to not give up these kills. Bears in the front lines just get forced out of the fight so quickly. Good micro on the Destroyers, keeping them alive for now. And good micro also on the Bears, keeping them alive for as long as possible. And he gets a Destroyer almost! No, the coil will be there. Experience once again denied. Lich dropping very low.
There's another coil and heal spray. This is so much healing. The Fiends can constantly be burrowed, so there are no big targets for the Warden, really. Gets the Destroyer finally.
Oh, these bears. Dude, he's doing this so well, keeping these bears alive, actually. Yeah. And he killed one Destroyer. The second one should get away above the trees. With that, he survives. Very injured, however.
Level 3 Lich we have now. Still the heal scroll to use and a potion on the Alchemist. Stat use are regenning everything, but one of them is already dry. Has to get an Abomination here. Or another Abomination, as he has the one up.
What's he
I'll play
getting
this
from the
forward.
Scouting for an expansion. What?
He
Not
bought a
really.
greater mana potion.
Wow, that's so expensive.
Yes. 400 gold, my goodness. Alchemist taking a lot of damage here. He has heal spray still, but there is going to be another Shadow Strike. And this might be too much damage now. The Bears taking quite a beating as well, though, in return. But if the Warden gets this kill, this is going to be a lot of experience. I don't think there's any saving this guy now, as he will fall to the Warden. And that's close to level 6 now.
He's getting 2 bears though, only one is healthy here and well, immediately taken out by that Nova, and there's, yeah, no staff, etc. Trying to aim for the next hero, there's no TP, there's no potion. Is he again overcommitting and losing the heroes? He got the first one, he gets the second one, and out of nowhere, he is level 6, and for the second time in this series, it's a complete wipe, and LawLiet turns this around for the third time. WFZ overcommitting so hard once more. And the lower bracket final is LawLiet versus Fly 100%. The Undead drops out. On his own fault, though.
Yeah. Well played by LawLiet, how he held on there. The Bear Micro especially. And the Warden usage, well, we know that from him. As always, impeccable. But especially the Bears. And WFZ on the other side. Impatience and stubbornness.
Yeah.
Those are his 2 biggest weaknesses.
Seriously.
Once again, coming to show today.
It's kind of funny how LawLiet played the Warden there. It's like, okay, I have to wait to get, like, the best out of her. And then, at this fight, outside of his base, he's like, okay, boy, I see your inventory. This is my final form. Going for the Alchemist, going for the Lich, going for the DK, killing him off. Well executed in the end by the Korean.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Pen of Angie purchase there early on. Very expensive, 300 gold. But that was so worth it, dude. How much mana he got out of that thing over time. Of course, dropping it with the moon juice and everything. And yeah, Warden had so much mana all the time. And when you see, oh, you have no TP. Ha! You have no Death Pact. Well, guess what I'm going to do? Just going to click on your heroes. Easy game.
WFZ still played a great tournament, playing way better than we expected before the group stage started. So we're looking forward to his performance in Shanghai, as all the players here are qualified. Our next match is Fly 100% versus LawLiet, an Orc versus Night Elf. Usually not the most interesting matchup, but we have seen some interesting plays this week already, including Fly, with Serpent Wards and Towers and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. LawLiet, always interesting to see. And Lin is waiting in the best of 7 grand final. So a lot of Warcraft here. Head back to Warcraft for you on this sunny Sunday. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.